back, everyone. We have the very famous local movie reviewer, Jennifer Mills, in today. Welcome, Jennifer.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning. All right, so we are going to be discussing the movie Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I'm excited about this one. It looks visually stunning. It's a sci-fi movie. It looks like it's going to be action-packed, but you're going to let us know.
Okay. So for those of you who are familiar with the Planet of the Apes franchise, the trilogy ended with War for the Planet of the Apes. This movie picks up approximately 300 years after war ended. So humans have regressed to a very primitive state. For folks that remember, at the end of war, we found out that the virus that had wiped out most of civilization was now taking away people's ability to speak. So folks are now living in the woods. They're living almost like cavemen. They're being hunted by apes. We're introduced to two different ape colonies in this one. The first colony is ruled by the movie's villain. His name is Proximus, and he is a dictator. And then we're introduced to Noah, who is the young hero, and he lives at the other colony, the gentler colony that raises eagles. So Proximus has his apes raid Noah's village, imprisons all of his friends and family members to use as slave labor for his evil goals. And then Noah teams up with an orangutan named Raka and a woman named May to break into Proximus's camp and free all of his friends.
Okay, so what I like about these movies is it kind of like reverses the roles between human and ape, you know, like the humans become kind of like the primitive ones and the apes are the smart ones, and it's just the roles are reversed, you know. But you know, that's something I thought was very interesting, you know, from the start, you know. But this one, you know, continues on with that legacy of the roles and whatnot. But I want to know, is it realistic? Are the apes, you know, do they seem like they're real? Like, do you really connect to their characters?
Well, in the previous three, I would say yes. You know, we were deeply vested in the story of Caesar. You know, Caesar was the little monkey that was raised in the lab and then, you know, grew up to be this great leader. And we lost him in War of the Planet of the Apes. This one, I really had a hard time connecting with the apes. And Bart and I were talking about it, and I think part of the problem was now they all talk.
Yeah.
In the beginning, they didn't speak, so they had to use so much of their facial features and their eyes and their expressions to really get across what they were trying to tell you. And you really, really got emotionally attached to them, I think, because of that. Now that they talk, it's sort of like you just don't get that connection that you used to get.
Right, right. It's just, yeah, that is very true. You know, I remember going back to the other movies, and you know, some of them were doing the grunting and the facial expressions, and you kind of fell in love with them just for the fact that they were so simple. You know? But I guess if they're talking and they can carry on full conversations like you and I do now, then it's kind of, yeah.
Well, it's a serious role reversal, like you said, because now all the apes are talking, the people are not talking. And then if you remember in the very first movie, it started off where we were hunting the apes. You know, humans were riding on horses, hunting apes and capturing them for lab testing to try out this new Alzheimer's drug. And this one starts off with the apes on horseback hunting humans in the woods. So it's truly a complete role reversal.
Right. Now, this movie is rated PG-13. It's a long one, 2 hours and 25 minutes.
And you feel every 2 hours and 25 minutes of it.
All right.
It got kind of long in parts.
Yeah. So Rotten Tomatoes gave this an 86% approval rating. Not the best, not the worst, but pretty good. So I don't know what you think.
I would give it in the 70s, truthfully. I'd give it a C. I felt like it dragged. It was too long. It was not, the story was not as cohesive as the first three, which truly I thought, we rewatched the first three before going to see these, obviously. And it was really a masterpiece. I mean, anybody that says those three movies were not a masterpiece in special effects, in everything that they accomplished, is fooling themselves. I mean, they were fantastic.
All right.
You kind of, at this point, have gotten used to it by now. Right. You know, you've gotten used to what they're able to do with with motion action.
Yep.
So, and the story, like I said, really dragged and kind of got very convoluted at times.
Right. So I'm kind of guessing what you're going to say for this one, but is it going to be a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or a thumbs sideways here?
Well, if you're a diehard to the trilogy, I would tell you to go see it in the theater. I'm kind of on the fence about this. Yeah, I would give it a thumb sideways.
All right. Well, Jennifer, thank you so much for coming on today, previewing The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris.
All right. Well, don't go away because we have more when we return.